Hello everyone, I am Sarita Rawat, Assistant Professor, School of Pharmacy, Suresh Kanvihar University, Jaipur, Rajasthan. Today we will study about our next topic of pharmacology, and today's our topic is immunostimulants. Now, learning objective of today's lecture is introduction, immunostimulants, immune response, immunosuppressive drugs, classification and references. Now, learning outcome of today's lecture is included. Upon completion of this lecture, you are able to know about the immunostimulants, immune response, and immunosuppressive drugs. Now, talking about the what is immune response and why and how immune response works. So, when we talk about the immune response, so that we have initiate immune response and adaptive immune response. So, when we talk about the initiate immune response, so the first line of defense against an antigenic insults, and it includes the defense like physical defense within skin, biochemical complement and lysosomes, interferons. Then we have cellular components that are neutrophils, monocytes, and macrophages. Now, when we talk about the adaptive immune response, so it includes humoral immunity. So it is the antibody production and killing extracellular organism. Then we have cell-mediated immunity. So cell-mediated immunity are cytotoxic and killer T cells that are killing the virus and tumor cells. Now, when we talk about the initiate and adaptive immunity, so we have some components added on that. So that when we talk about the initiate immunity, so we have complement, then granulocytes, monocytes, macrophages, NK cells, mast cells, and basophils. Then when we talk about the adaptive immunity, so we have beta and T lymphocytes, B antibiotic, T helpers, and cytotoxic suppressor cells. Now, what are the immunosuppressive drugs and how they work? So, when we talk about the immunosuppressive drugs, so they are those drugs that suppress the immune system, particularly important for the transplantations, autoimmune disorders, allergies, and all the cases where immune system is too active. Now, what are the immunostimulant drugs? So, they are those drugs that stimulate the immune system. Particularly, they are important for the treatment of infectious disease, tumor, immunodeficiencies, and all the cases where the immune system need a boost. Now, immunotherapy deals with the idea of boosting an individual's immune system and to allow it to destroy microbes and tumors. The boost can be biological, micro-derived product, or pharmacological or cell-based. Now we have immunostimulant drug, microbial product and cytokinins, and adaptive cell transfer. So these are the stronger immune system and stronger defense system. So immunostimulant drug and microbial product are there are many bacterial product RPAMPs, and they strongly stimulate inflammations by triggering cytokines, production in the APCs, and these in turn stimulate the adaptive immunity and overall increase the leukocytes number by boosting the hematopoiesis system. Now, the Bacillus calmette-guerin (BCG) is an attenuated, less virulent but still alive Mycobacterium bovis strain. This is able to infect human cell but not to induce any pathology, and rather it can stimulate the production of IgS by beta cells and uh, by B cells, and thus behave as a vaccine against Mycobacterium tuberculosis. And it has a strong inflammatory effect on some tissues and has thus been also approved as a treatment for bladder cancer. Now, the bad side is that PAMPs can induce massive cytokines production, which can result in the fever and shock. And this is especially true with the cytokines, and which can also have direct toxic effect. Now, talking about immunotherapy, cytokine therapy. So, since cytokines control the whole immune system and mostly stimulate it, so it is logical to use them whenever there is the need to boost immune system activity, and they are used in the clinical practices, but they are burdened by severe side effects. Now, as you can see, we have cytokine therapies. So, cytokine we have IL, interleukin 2, and IFN alpha. So, when we talk about the cytokine IL-2, so its effect is proliferations of T cell and differentiations of TH and CTLs, empowers and initiate the immunity, and it is used for melanoma, metastatic renal cancer, and the side effect included toxic for blood vessels, blood leakage, edema, hemorrhage, mental disorder. Then the next we have IFN alpha, interferon alpha. So its effect are strong stimulation of initiate and adaptive immunity, activation of the antiviral defenses state, and it is used in CGD, Kaposis sarcomas, hairy cell leukemia, papillomavirus infection, hepatitis C, and multiple sclerosis. And the side effect included flu-like syndrome at every injections, pain, diarrhea, anorexia, confusion, depression, and suicides. So these are some cytokine therapies, their effect, use, and side effect. Now the next we have active vaccination. So what is active vaccinations? Active vaccination is the process of injecting individual with microbial antigen, heat-killed microbes, or attenuated living microbes to induce antibody production and memory B cells formation. The individual acquires the ability to respond to the microbe, and she has been vaccinated against. And to ensure memory B cells formation, whole microbes and either killed or attenuated are preferred, as they also trigger fever and inflammations that boost beta cells, activations, and memory cells formation. Attenuated microbes are those living stains which are still able to infect an individual, but that generate a less dangerous pathological manifestations and which is generally inflammations and flu. The side effects are generally low, but sometimes they can be extremely severe. So as you can see, this is the picture. So vaccinations are given antigen and antibody, and antigen trigger antibody production in the body. Now, what is passive vaccination? So, in passive vaccination, individuals are injected with the performed immunoglobulins from donors, and thus individuals acquire pools of immunoglobulins good for the immunodeficiencies and the ability to respond to certain microbes. Now, transductions of immunoglobulins is called intravenous immunoglobulins (IgV), and generally IgVs contain IgG and IgA immunity. Antimicrobial IgVs are used against hepatitis B, botulism, diphtheria, tetanus, and rabies, and it is generally well tolerated, but sporadic side effects can be extremely severe. Now, next we have adjuvants used for vaccination. So, injecting a living microbe can be dangerous, and reducing the amount of microbe to the minimum is mandatory. Here, the need for adjuvants. So, adjuvants are the chemical or biological product that can either boost the T cells' active inflammations or help to stabilize the antigen so that it can stimulate beta cells for a longer time. Adjuvants have been also implicated in the clinical side effect or vaccinations like the onset of juvenile diabetes in the case of front adjuvant. Now, next we have adaptive cell transference. So, adaptive cell transfer deals with the idea of isolating immune cells from individual and expand them in the culture and then reinfuse them. And this is a wonderful strategy to kill tumors. And tumor infiltrate lymphocytes TIL are a homogeneous production with a heterogeneous production which include TH and CTLs able to recognize the and kill the tumor. And the problem is that the cytokines released from the tumor suppress them. Now, taking these good cells out of the tumor mass and re-injecting them upon expansions strongly increase the ability of the immune system to react against tumor. Now, cell-based vaccinations. So, cell-based vaccinations, dendritic cells can be prepared in vitro to show tumor antigens and then re-injected into the patient to stimulate tumor antigens and recognitions and tumor killing. So, this is currently defined as cell-based vaccination. Now, immunostimulants used in immunodeficiency disorder, chronic infections, and in cancer. Now, these are the immunostimulants we have: BCG, then thalidomide, and other drug we have Imaxon, methyl monophosphate. Then immunizations we have vaccinations, immune globin. Then we have recommended cytokines, interferons, interleukins. Now, when we talk about the BCG, so they are live attenuated culture of BCG strains of Mycobacterium bovis, and mode of actions included inductions of glomerulus in reactions at the site of administration, and it caused activations of macrophages to make them more effective and killer cells. Now, the therapeutic use include treatment and prophylaxis of carcinoma of the urinary bladder, prophylaxis of primary and recurrent stage of papillary tumors after uh, trans, uh, transurethral reactions. Then adverse effect included hypersensitivity, shock, chill, fever, malaise, and immune complex disease. Now, next we have argamistrol. So, it is synthesized originally as an antiemetic but antihelminthic but appears to restore depressed immune functions of beta lymphocytes, T lymphocytes, monocytes, and macrophages. So, therapeutic use include adjuvant therapy with 5-fluorouracils, colon cancer, then used to treat immunodeficiency associated with Hodgkin's disease. Adverse effect included flu-like symptom, allergic manifestations, nausea, and muscle pain. Now, next we have thalidomide. So, thalidomide mode of action include it enhance the T cell production of cytokines IL-2 and IFN gamma, NK cell mediated cytotoxicity against tumor cell, and it decrease currently TNF alpha in the patient with erythema nodosum leprosum, but increased in the HIV seropositive patient, and it affects the angiogenesis also. Therapeutic use includes severe refractory rheumatoid arthritis and multiple myeloma. Adverse effect include teratogenesis. Now the next we have recommended cytokines. So they are the hormone like small low molecular weight polypeptides. They maintain the communications among cells to coordinate immune response, act synergistically or antagonistically, thereby enhancing or suppressing their own production. They have autocrine and paracrine or endocrine in the action. They cause tissue repair and provide resistance to the infections. Now, these are the cytokines property. So, as you can see, they are the activated TH cell. So, this is pleiotropy, activated TH cell, and the target cell is beta cell, thymocytes, and mast cells, and their effect is activations and proliferations and differentiations. Then beta cells active effect is proliferations, and in also the mast cell it causes proliferations. Then activated TH cell. So you can see this is the redundancy in the beta cell. So it cause effect proliferations. So it involve the IL-2, IL-4 and IL-5. So you can see in this picture. Then the next is synergy activated TH cell. So it involved the IL-4 plus IL-5 in beta cells, and it induced the class switch to IgE. And then also antagonism. So it involved IL-4 and IFN gamma. So it is the target cell is beta cells also, and the effect is it blocked the class and switched to IgE induced by the IL-4. Now the cytokine actions. So as you can see this in this picture, so it has the action of autocrine, paracrine, and endocrine. So, firstly, it inducing and stimulating the cytokine gene, so which calls cytokine producing cells. So this is the cytokine producing cell, and this is the cytokine, and then the gene activation. So this is the signal, and then it giving the biological effect. So this is the target cell. So this is the autocrine action in the bee, and this is the paracrine action with by the nearby cell, and this is the endocrine action. Now next we have the name and the source and the function and the therapeutic effect of some immune modulators. So when we talk about the IL-1, so their source is monocytes, lymphocytes and endothelium, and their function include hematopoiesis, co-stimulation of T cell fibroblast proliferations, and acute phase response. And their therapeutic agent is blockage of IL-1 activity. Now, next we have IL-2. So, it is activated T cell. Its source is activated T cells. The function included T cell proliferation and differentiation, beta cell proliferations and Ig secretions, proliferations and cytolytic activity. Then when we talk about its therapeutic agent, so it is used in treatment of cancer and infectious disease, then in bone marrow transplantation. Then next we have IL-3. So the source is activated T cell and mast cell and NK cell. Then its function included proliferation and differentiation of myeloid progenitor stem cells, prevention of apoptosis, induction in the macrophage. Then the therapeutic agent is bone marrow transplantation. Then next we have IL-4. So the source is T cell, mast cell, eosinophils and basophils. The function is beta cell proliferation and differentiation, Ig switching. Then the therapeutic effect is anti-tumor agent and immune stimulator. Next we have IL-6. So the source is T cells, monocytes, endothelial cells and mast cell. Its function include stimulate B cells for antibody production and T cell growth. And the therapeutic agent is in anti-tumor. Then next we have IL-8. So it is a monocyte, lymphocyte and endothelial cell. The function include neutrophils and chemotaxis and the activation of chemokinetic function. Then the therapeutic agent is none. Then next we have IL-10. So the source is monocyte, lymphocyte, endothelial cell. The function included inhibitions of pro-inflammatory cytokines by monocyte, granulocyte, inhibitions of IL-2, production by T cell, inhibition of antigen-specific T cell activation. Then the therapeutic agent include anti-inflammatory and immunosuppressive used in the autoimmune disease. Then next we have IL-12. So this is the source is monocytes and beta cells. Its function included proliferations of T and NK cell, CTL response to tumor cells, increase IFN gamma production by T and NK cell, inhibiting IgE production. The therapeutic agent include anti-metastatic, anti-tumor, in vaccine adjuvant. Next we have IL-30. So the source are activated T and beta cells. The function include B cell growth and differentiation factor stimulate the chemotaxis. The anti-therapeutic agent included anti-tumor, anti-inflammatory agent. Then the next we have IL-15. So it is a mononuclear, the source is mononuclear cell. The function included beta cell growth and differentiation factor stimulate chemotaxis. So the IL-15 include mononuclear cell and the function included stimulation of activated B, T and NK cells and chemo attract. Now the therapeutic agent include in anti-tumor in rheumatoid arthritis. Then the next we have IL-16. So the source is T C cell and eosinophil. The function included chemotaxis for CD4 cell and the therapeutic agent include anti-HL. Now the next we have IFN alpha. So the source are leukocytes. The function include anti-proliferative action, immunoregulatory action. Then the therapeutic agent include cancer, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, AIDS, Kaposi sarcoma, and multiple sclerosis. Then the next we have IFNB. So the source are fibroblast, epithelial cell, endothelial cell. Function included antiviral MHC antigen, upregulations, NK cell enhance cytotoxicity and antimicrobial. Therapeutic agent include cancer, multiple sclerosis. Then the next we have IFN gamma. So the source include monocytes, macrophage, dendritic cells and T cells, beta cells. Function included MHC class second expression, macrophage, NK cell activation, Ig isotype secretion. Therapeutic agent include infections with leishmania and toxoplasma used as adjuvant. Then the next we have GSF. So the source include stromal cell, endothelial cell and fibroblast. The function included proliferations and differentiation of macrophages, progenitor cells, emergency granuloporosis. So, the therapeutic agent include after bone marrow transplantation. Next, we have MSF. The source include fibroblast, endothelial cell, T cell, monocyte neutrophils. The function included monocyte proliferations, differentiations, and activations. Therapeutic agent include anti-tumor, anti-infections, myelosuppressions. Then next we have CSF. So the source included T cells, macrophages, endothelial cell, and beta cell. Function included inhibitions, apoptosis of target proliferations, differentiations and activations of granulocytes, macrophages, and lineage. Therapeutic agent included requirement of peripheral blood stem cell, stimulation of APC for immunotherapy adjuvant action. So this is these are some agents, their name, their source, their function, and their therapeutic agent. Now the next we have alpha chemokines. So the source are monocytes, neutrophils, endothelial cell, epithelial cell. The function included neutrophil, chemotaxis, adrenaline IL-6 secretion. Therapeutic agent include none yet. The next we have beta chemokines. Source included monocytes, fibroblast, epithelial cell, melanocytes. Functions included monocytes activations, basophil activations, T cell and chemotaxis, NK cell cytolysis. Then therapeutic agent, none yet. Then next we have Rantis. So the source included beta cells, monocytes, NK cells, fibroblast, epithelial cell, endothelial cell. The function included T cell chemotaxis, proliferations, monocyte chemotaxis, and activation, NK cell chemotaxis, modulations of macrophages, eosinophils, and T cell. Therapeutic agent include suspensions of HIV replication. Then the next we have TNF alpha. So the source are macrophage T cell. Function included cytotoxic for the tumor cell, antiviral, antibacterial, antiparasiticides activity, growth stimulation, and immunomodulations. Therapeutic agent included cancer, autoimmune disease. Then the next we have TNF beta. So the source included mast cell, platelet, fibroblast. Then the function included wound repair, cell growth, regulations, tissue remodeling, immunosuppression. Therapeutic agent include inhibitions of inflammatory cell, treatment of breast cancer. Now the next we have cytokinin based therapies in clinical use. So when we talk about the agent, so we have Imprel, then the nature is serometric TNF receptor. Semeric TNF receptor. Application is in rheumatoid arthritis. The next we have Ramicide and Humira. So the nature include map against TNF alpha receptor. Applications included in rheumatoid arthritis and Crohn's disease. Then the next agent we have Rofarin. So the nature it has is INF alpha. Applications included in hepatitis B, Kaposi sarcoma, Fairline leukemia. Then the next we have Avonex. So the nature included INF beta and the applications is in multiple sclerosis. Then the next agent we have Actimune and the nature is INF gamma and the application included CGD osteoporosis. Then the next agent we have Neupogen. Then the nature is GCSF and the application included increased nipples, reduced infections in cancer and AIDS patient. Now the next agent we have Epogen. The nature is erythropoietin and the application is increased RBC production. So these are some cytokines based therapies in clinical use. Now the next we have isoprenosolene. So isoprenosolene is the isosaplex. So it is the complex of the peptamidobenzoate salt of N and N-dimethyl methyl amino 2 propanol, and inosine in a 3:1 molar ratio. And when we talk about its mode of action, so it is augment production of cytokine such as IL-1, IL-2, and IFN gamma, increase proliferations of the lymphocytes in response to mitogenic and antigenic stimuli, which increase the activation of T cells and rostates and includes T cell surface markers or polymocytes, prothymocytes. Now, the therapeutic use include in herpes simplex infections, subacute sclerosing, panencephalitis, acute viral encephalitis, and caused by the herpes simplex, then Epstein-Barr and measles virus. Adverse effect included minor CNS depressant, transient nausea, and raise of uric acid in serum and urine. Now, the next we have immunocynin. Immunocynin is the stable form of hemocyanin, a non-heme oxygen carrying copper containing protein found in the arthropods and mollusks. Therapeutic use is in urinary bladder cancer, and adverse effect included rare and mild fever. Now, the next we have immunizations. So, we have active immunity and passive immunity. So, active we have stimulation with an antigen, passive is performed antibody. Now you can see this is the active immunization. So activation of lymphocytes, proliferation of lymphocytes, and differentiation of lymphocytes. So as you can see in this picture, this is the picture of active immunizations. So you can check it out. So this is the picture of immunization, active immunity. Now talking about the next. So as you can see in this is the bacteria macrophage. This is the activation of lymphocytes. So this is the proliferations and this is the differentiation. So this is plasma and this is the antibody. Now, next we have vaccines. So, vaccines are administration of antigen as a whole killed organism or a specific protein or peptide constituent on an organism. They boost the booster dose, and anti-cancer vaccines are vaccinating patients with autologous antigen presenting cell APC expressing tumor associated antigen, that is TAA, and active immunization. Now the next we have immune globin. So immune globin ingredients include individual is different in antibodies and immunodeficiency. So individual is exposed to an agent in adequate time for the active immunization. For example, in rabies and hepatitis B. Now, non-specific immunoglobulin, so they are antibody deficiency disorder and specific immunoglobulins. They have high titers of the desired antibody and hepatitis B, rabies and tetanus. Now, these are some quiz questions. So, we have concluded some questions for you as a quiz question, so you can easily answer these questions, and these are regarding to the immunostimulants and immunosuppressants. So what we have studied today, so this is included by this. So when we talk about the questions, quiz questions, so first we have, what is an example of an immunosuppressant? An immunostimulant? What are the indications for immunostimulant? So you can easily answer this because we have already covered that. Then how immunostimulant work? what immunosuppressed means, what is immunomodulatory means, what are the type of immunity, what are the sign of a weak immune system, how do you understand what do you understand by vaccines, and how vaccines work, and give a note on thalidomide. So you can easily answer these questions. We have already covered these questions, so you can easily answer that. Now coming to the reference part, reference we have taken from the uh, Patson, ML, D, Alisnardro, MM, glucan IB, so which is in mechanism involved on its radioproductive effect. So you can definitely check out this. Then the next we have KK principle of pharmacology, New Delhi 2007. Then next we have immunomodulatory and therapeutic properties. If the Nigala stava L, and it is in the International Immunoharmonology. So it is published in 2005. Then next we have T lymphocytes activation and amyloidosis immune autoimmune encapsulitis. So this is published in 2006. Then next we have immunopharmacology utilizing antibodies as an ion channel modulator. So this is in the 2010. So you can definitely check out these references for further knowledge. So next we have, so all this is all about your immune system, immunomodulators. So going through the lecture you will get all your answers, all your answer of all your questions, and this is very easy topic also, and very important. So when we talk about the conclusion of immunopharmacology or immune system, so it is like we can say, it is immunopharmacology or immunosuppressant is one of the most rapidly developing areas of the medical biotechnology and research, and has a great promises with regard to the prevention and treatment of a wide range of disease and disorders, and the inflammatory disease, or in skin or gut or respiratory tract disease, or in joint and control organisms. So it is very helpful, and the immunomodulators are going to be a central part of 21 medicines nowadays. So this is very vast topic, and this is very important topic also. Now I hope you will get your all answer regarding the immunology. And as you know, immunity is very important to fight against the disease and disease causing foreign organism, and antigen also. And immune system is the network of like organs, cell, proteins, and it protects the body from the harmful infections and infection causing organisms such as bacteria, virus, fungi. So our immune system should be very strong. And in immunopharmacology we study all the effect of the drug that modify the immune system in the body, and it also include the notantly notatum, and but autoimmune disorder also, allergic reactions, cancer. And as a significant development has new approach to the control of immunological mechanism of the drug, like we have immunosuppressant. So this is all about today's lecture. I hope you get your all knowledge clear about immunology. So thank you for today's lecture. Thank you for kindly listening to me.